tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony. Chris Webber is here, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And with us tonight, basketball expert Bill Simmons. Bill, you look great. Thank you for being here.
I'd like to say hi to all the people who traded for Anthony Davis in the GM mode of this game to get him on their team.
Right.
When their real team couldn't pull it off. Congratulations. I can't believe you pulled the trade off.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Dragic.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. Ron James said he has so many different wrinkles. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. He'll run something you've never seen before. But Stevens said, honest to God, I've stolen everything we've ever done from somebody else. Kevin?
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. And Gordon Hayward, obviously a tremendous performer. Bill, where do you rank him against other wings in the NBA now?
Probably one of the best all-around wings, I would say. And I think it's pretty easy to forget that there's a reason the Celtics are paying this guy almost $30 million a year. He was one of the top 15 players in the league. He was a borderline franchise player on a top 8 playoff team. And is just really good, and he's efficient. So when you talk about a team like the Celtics where, you know, you got to share the ball. Tatum needs more shots. Everybody's got to have a little. He's the perfect guy to have because he's happy going 8 for 15.
So here's Miami's starting group. At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Adebayo is out there with Myers-Leonard, and it's Nunn in at the 1. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Tatum and Hayward make up the 2 forward spots. And it's Cantor in at the 5.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
Nunn passes to Butler. To the inside. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Well, I think Jimmy Buckets has underrated vision. He's more than capable of spotting open teammates and distributing accordingly.
Now here's Walker, guarded closely. The pass to Tatum. Back to Walker. And the layup's good off the glass.
And for a guy who only stands 6'1", Walker can be a strong finisher in the painted area.
Here's Miami now. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
In this game, just the first of 4 meetings between these two. They'll get quite familiar with each other by season's end.
I look forward to seeing which team can dictate the style of play. I mean, that's going to set the tone for this entire series.
Now, here's Walker. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Back to Walker. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Don't you love the passion Walker plays with? An incredible athlete who somehow muscles in tough shots.
And it's the Heat with the ball. 4-point game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Nunn passes to Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. You know, Bill, you've seen Gordon Hayward work his way back from injury. How much longer do you think until he's 100% both physically and mentally?
Well, he's basically lost 2 years. You know, he lost the first year, obviously, because of the injury, and then the second year was really up and down, and he would have these waves where he was confident for a week or 2, and then it would just go away again. Heading toward the playoffs, he looked great, and then it went away again.
Right.
And I always felt like he had a little bit of PTSD from the injury, where there would be times where he just didn't want to drive in traffic and bounce off people and play in the air. And if you watched him in Utah, that was all the stuff that made him special. Like, he was a really athletic player, and when you lose that It's hard to get back. It's hard to trust, like, when you land, somebody's foot's not going to be there.
It's like if you blew a knee, you're always worried about people down around you, right?
So the role model would be Paul George, because Paul George, you could see the first year he came back, it was a lot of the same. You know, he was a little nervous in the air. He wasn't as physical as he used to be, and then it came back and then some. So the hope with Hayward is that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's Brown. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Just 2 to shoot, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a look at the recent power rankings. Some interesting stories here in the early part of December. Take a look at the Jazz. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for Boston, they've shown their capabilities, but it's been in flashes. If they want to move up this list, it may take greater focus, greater commitment.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Walker in the post. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Walker. Bill defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff, like,
well, what would you call
load management. We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work, yeah. Just to figure, just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one.
Gathering the
Never
ball.
said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah. Here's Winslow after Enes Kanter's basket, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
The Celtics with the lead. Walker with it. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Knicks in New York. The shot's good from Cantor.
You can't leave guys open around Walker, I'll tell you that. He sees when the defense is overcommitted.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Nunn, guarded by Tatum. Tatum against Winslow. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Now, the competitive edge that Butler gives to this team is important because he doesn't take any possessions off.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
First free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Knicks. Hayward goes in. Makes it off the glass.
Such a high basketball IQ. Hayward knows where his help is coming from. He makes the right choice for the drive.
Here's Nunn. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Outside Butler. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Brown.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Tatum. The shot. No good. And it's Miami the other way. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
And we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, you know, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. Like, you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like, JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good.
Yes.
So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
Now, here's Walker. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Smart against Butler. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. Great D that time from Leonard.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
And Adebayo throws it down.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
It's blocked, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Adebayo against Hayward. Boston again missing.
The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Here's Adebayo. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Celtics. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
In that kind of environment, every point matters. The bench was a huge reason why they won that one.
Here's Nunn. Bill, you study pop culture. The 2K Esports League is a phenomenon right now, which is sweeping the country. Do you think that's going to alter the perception of gaming in any way?
Yeah, I would say it has one of the best chances of any esports league to succeed because people just love basketball. And you can feel it there in the offseason. The shift in basketball content and the fact that it's now a 12-month-a-year sport for us. And now it goes from the playoffs to the draft to where are people going in free agency. And then that plays out for a month, and then something else will happen. All of a sudden, it's August.
Summer leagues are coming up.
Summer leagues happening, and then all of a sudden the season's close, and then you just kind of recycle, and it's a 12-month-a-year sport.
Yeah, right. So it's Boston now after the Heat pick up 2. Smart dishes to Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 7 points for Kemba Walker. Miami trailing. Bill, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with the 2K League, and you mentioned how basketball has grown into essentially a 12-month-a-year sport.
For me, a 2K Esports League just makes sense. It fits into that. I think people love the players. I think they care about these athletes, in basketball, so much more than the other sports. And for me, it's really gratifying because I've loved basketball my whole life. And for a while there, when I grew up as a kid, they were tape delaying the finals, and it was like the second-tier league. And now to see how popular it is and how much people love it, it's just, I feel like I was in early. I'm sure you do too.
Absolutely. I mean, when Magic Johnson is a rookie and starting at center in Game 6 in Philadelphia, yes.
And it was tape delayed.
And it was tape delayed.
My beloved Boston Celtics won the 1981 title. And it was on tape delay in Boston, and I went to bed, and my dad woke me up to watch the game for me. And it's not even 40 years ago. So I think the other thing that really helps with the 2K Esports League is that these guys play 2K, the actual players.
Yeah, right.
They
care about it.
They care about it. They have an incredible amount of time on their hands because they're too famous and they can't go anywhere. So they're in hotel suites. They're bringing with the
bringing
PlayStation
their
Xbox
stuff.
with me,
Right.
with them. They're playing their friends. They're playing each other online. And this is what they're doing all day.
Here's Smart. The Heat getting the bucket. Hayward outside. No good on the three.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Bill, if you're building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young enough
25
and-
this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I pick.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with this fiery approach to the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Daniel Tice comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. That one is no good.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Robinson passes to Dragic. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes it to Wanamaker. Back to Smart. Walker in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range. Miami's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Good on the bucket. And the Heat lead by 1. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Walker. He has 7. Fade away. The shot by Williams, no good.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner.
And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. What a great stroke. I mean,
I emulate all stretch fours who don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
You are. You're a great screen
I'll set
setter.
some picks.
You're a great pick and roll guy. And that one falls for Smart. And so Smart nails both of them. Here's Hero. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Toronto. And Dragic has it in the corner. Shoots over Walker. Dragic gets the bucket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Now here's Walker. He has 7. Here's Smart, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Butler.
And guys, in the past 10 games, he's stepped up his role in the offense in a big way. His usage rate has increased. He's finishing off a lot of possessions, and that's just how this team wants it.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what I
Globe.
wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
1:04 left to play in the first. The 11-footer. Here's Olynyk. Got a hand on it. Smart on the wing. Guarded by Robinson. Here's Tice. Offensive rebound. And Williams is right there. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
And the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Heat have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Walker against Dragic. Pass to Wanamaker. Back to Walker. Celtics passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Over Dragic. Walker's shot is off. The Heat trail by 3. Dragic looking it over. And he makes that one. Dragic has got his second bucket of the night.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Here's Walker. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Celtics. They lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it. But with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit to coaching, Jamie. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter, but now it's paying off.
On the court for Miami here in the second, Kelly Olynyk is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Robinson. And it's Hero into the two-guard spot. Now here's Dragic. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
The Heat trail by 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. And that one falls for Robinson. And the Celtics making a change here. Robinson hits them both. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Wanamaker. No points in the game yet for him. Williams kicks to Tatum. It's hauled in by the Heat. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dragic with it, now guarded by Smart. Dragic left side. There's the pass to Hero. No good. That would have tied it. Celtics leading by 3. To the paint and up the court come the Celtics on the break. It's good from long range. Tatum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's amazing. Scouts were worried that Tatum would be a streaky spot-up shooter, but you see the perfect form.
Knocked loose. Here's Wanamaker. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Smart passes to Wanamaker. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Dragic, trailing here by 8. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson finds Dragic. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And going right to the rim. Love the attack mindset and the ability to finish strong.
And so here is Miami, trailing here by 8. Hero passes to Dragic. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Smart.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you've got to knock down.
And Wanamaker gets it to go.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now Dragic. He's got 6. And the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
And here are the Heat now. It's a 10-point game. Second shot opportunity. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Heat have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. First one falls for him. Butler, he's checked in for Miami. Good on both.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Here's Wanamaker, currently averaging almost 6 points a game, and it's good for 2.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Outside Dragic. Pass to Butler, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging about 24 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
And the Celtics making a change here. Brown's checked in.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
Wanamaker the pass to Poirier. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That 3 off the mark.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Inside, here's Poirier. Passes to Wanamaker. And again, it's Boston converting.
I mean, he's out there on an island all by himself. I mean, good job to stay cool and drain.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Winslow against Brown. Floats one up. Winslow's shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
Wanamaker the pass to Brown. Over Butler. And it's Brown missing. The Heat trail by 12. Butler, no good.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Deflects the pass. Winslow with it. Picked up by Brown. And here's Dragic. 6 points for him. Trying to get something going, and it's good on the layup. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Wanamaker. He's got 8. Pass to Tatum. For 3. And the 3 ball is good. Tatum's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
An exceptionally polished scorer for his age. Tatum's lethal from the perimeter.
Tatum against Dragic. Back to Butler. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Brown. Banked in off the glass. Brown's got 6 points.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
And Miami has possession. Down by 15. Dragic the pass to Butler. From the baseline. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the pass to Wanamaker. Here's Poirier. Celtics passing it around. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Butler with the ball. And the dunk by Winslow.
How about the feed coming from the Butler? It's a big help when you have wings who can pass like Jimmy.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for Boston. The three. The rebound by Johnson.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Winslow with it. Picked up by Brown. And it's blocked by Brown.
Oh, just tenacious defense from Brown right there. I mean, superb at playing shutdown defense and stifling shooters.
Poirier.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Celtics making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. The Heat also changing it up. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Olynyk. And Bam Adebayo subbed in for James Johnson. Leonard kicks to Adebayo. The dish to Butler. Back to Adebayo. Now here's Winslow. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto. Shot clock at 3. Near the 3-point line, it's Dragic. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hayward with the ball. He had 22 points in the win against the Knicks in New York.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
The Heat trail by 17.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
The first free throw is good.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And Miami making a change here. Nunn's checked in. And so he hits both. Now Walker, he has 7. Pass to Canner. Shoots a fader. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist in this one. The Heat trail by 17. And here's Dragic. 8 points his last outing. Shoots over Walker. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice job by Hayward attacking, drawing the contact, getting himself to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
There's been a lot of evolution to Hayward's game, during his career. I'm not sure too many people saw him becoming the terrific player he is today.
Hayward hits them both. The Heat trail by 19. Dragic, the pass to Leonard. Kicks it to Dragic. Passes it to Winslow. And stolen by Hayward. Walker goes in. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Walker's got 9.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here's Nunn. He has 6. Pass to Leonard. Outside Dragic. Here's Nunn. Guarded by Walker. Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Celtics have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Robinson's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Goran Dragic. And he's good on the second. 1:46 left in the first half of the game. Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Here's Nunn. The shot's good. 11 points in the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And a special thanks to our guest, Bill Simmons. Always a compelling discussion, and I hope we can continue.
Please, I'm available. Just call me. I'm ready.
I will.
All right,
There's your number right here on my speed
You
dial.
have my number. Call me.
You know, Greg, Bill Simmons has worn so many hats as a writer, a podcaster, a broadcaster. Now, it's nice to let him wear one more on our broadcast.
He's been successful for a reason, Kevin. There's a fearlessness, but also great humor in his perspective.
And here are the Heat now after Gordon Hayward hitting the 3. Leonard with no one around. Nice open look, but it's no good. Smart passes to Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 5 assists in the game.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. He's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
46 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Hero. And there's the pass to Adebayo. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Nunn. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
No question, GA. It takes skill and a certain level of fearlessness.
Walker dishes to Smart. He can't get it to go. See that time from Leonard.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
The Celtics have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Five seconds left in the second quarter. Robinson for three, and again Miami with the triple. Outside, Walker. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, 2 of my favorite passes in the game.
Tatum and Hayward make up the 2 forward spots. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Cantor in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the Boston 5.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, the Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. Well, I think mix well with this team. Thank you.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. To the middle, stolen by Kansas. Tatum drives in. He can't get that one. And Miami the other way now. Here's Butler. Softly drops in the floater. Butler's got 5 points so far.
It's a difficult shot to perfect, but Butler, he has a nice touch on the teardrop right there.
Here's Walker. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Now here's Winslow. 6 points for him. Stolen by Walker. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Walker's got 6 here in this quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Boston on D, pass to Nunn. Five to shoot. Puts it up.
Coming out of college, Tatum showed inconsistent intensity on defense, but he's made great strides in that area.
And it's Walker again missing.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Shooting 1.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist. And a big summer for the Celtics. Some key decisions with multiple players hitting free agency.
Yeah, and with some comments from players like Terry Rozier in the offseason, you had a sense this roster could have a different look. I mean, now they're hoping the pieces fit and players can buy in with their roles.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Leonard. And James Johnson is subbed in for Adebayo. Now here's Walker. He's got 17. Feeds it to Cantor. To the inside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Olynyk's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Miami no good on that time either.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 14. Here's Walker. And Winslow pulls it down. Miami's gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Wasted no time on that one. That's 7 points for Butler.
Oh, and you don't have to tell Butler to shoot it. He's ready to let it fly as soon as he touches the rock.
And Walker kicks to Tatum. Here's Hayward. Johnson with the block. They get it back. Brown wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got 9 points.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the 3 ball, showing great strides in improving his range.
Here's Nunn. He's got 18. Passes it to Olynyk. He dishes it to Winslow. Great D that time from Tatum.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
It's stolen by Johnson. There's Winslow. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you play for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love.
Right. Chris, last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too.
Man,
I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
And so here is Miami. And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. Over to the left wing. Down low, here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
You can count on Olenek to move the ball quickly when he spots an open teammate, and that feed was phenomenal.
And it's Walker penetrating. Count it.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Smart's checked in for Boston. That's good from Kemba Walker. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Now, here's Butler. He's got 7. But they'll get another chance. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. Some impressive play from him over the last month. 6th in steals, 12th in assists, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. He kicks to Tatum. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. Celtics passing it around. In the corner, Winslow with it. Here's the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 9 points for Justice Winslow.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range, and there's no hand in his face.
Pass to Poirier. Shot from 12. That one wide left.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
And that one's good by Butler.
Oh, I love to see that. Butler is never scared to take it amongst the trees.
Celtics leading by 18. Walker in the post. He's guarded by Dragic. Smart against Butler. Walker the pass to Poirier. Shot clock at 5. Williams' shot is off. Heat on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. They get it again. And it's blocked.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
So explosive around the basket. Williams, when the pass is on target, expect him to finish with the rim wrap.
Dragic against Walker. Lets the 3 fly. Dragic good for 3. Dragic has got 13 points.
Well, he's not going to get an easier look than that. You don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
The kick out to Williams. Walker dishes to Smart. Over Butler. Smart misses. The Heat trail by 17. Butler with the ball. He's got 9. Now the pass to Dragic. Pass to Olynyk from outside the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists tonight.
Wow, you can't leave him open. Olynyk will knock it down every time.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Boston making a switch here. Tice is checked in. And then for Miami, Robinson comes in for Olynyk. And Hero subbed in for Winslow. Walker the pass to Smart. Johnson with the block. And it's Dragic off the drive. And that one drops for him. 15 points in the game. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
I don't know if it's been the main factor, but his off night has definitely been one factor here.
Here's Tatum. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Refusing to let the defender alter his shot. Tatum's focus and drive, it's what helps him finish hard shots.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. They trail by 14. From 11 feet away, and he hits the jumper for 2. Dragic has got 17 now.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And Walker kicks to Smart. Floats it up for Williams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Robinson, that's good.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Celtics leading by 9. Now Walker, 20 points for him, and it's Dragic with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Heat making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. And it's Walker penetrating. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. 22 points for Walker.
He's putting the hammer down. Dominant quarter for him, trying to push out that lead.
And it's the Heat with the ball. And here's Dragic. He's got 17. There's 1:47 left to play in the 3rd. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Smart goes in. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And he gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Johnson. He has 6. Five on the clock. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Miami needs to get a shot off. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward comes in for Tatum. And the free throw, no good.
Well, that's 3 straight German league titles for Daniel Theis. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player, and he's shown he belongs.
Passes it to Nunn. Pass to Hero. Dishes to Johnson. Shoots it up. Walker with some nice D. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Walker's got 24 points.
And then Walker gets it going. He's tenacious. Feels like he could take on anyone.
Kemba Walker firing on all cylinders for Boston. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Adebayo is out there with Johnson. Then there's Myers-Leonard. And it's Nunn in at the point. It's good. And it's 6 points for Leonard. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. They lead by 11. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And Hayward with the stuff.
And this is why you got to keep Hayward out of the paint. He loves to try and finish around the rim.
Heat shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Inside, here's Nunn. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Celtics leading by 13. Here's Hayward. That one falls. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Hero passes to Nunn. There's the pass to Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hero. He's covered by Brown. Hero, no good. Boston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. To the paint. Here's Theis. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for James Johnson. The Heat trail by 15. Here's Hero. Pass to Nunn. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Yeah, and the Celtics had their issues last season, Kevin, but in the end, they lost to a super team. I mean, the East has just gotten better, led by Toronto and the Bucks. That's a big challenge for Boston.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Well, Chris, with LeBron going to the Lakers, many picked the Celtics to rule the East. Now that road is less certain.
Oh, yeah, because the East has gotten good. Let's think about it. Philly, Toronto, the reigning champions. Also, let's just, and don't forget about Boston. I mean, but they have the talent to play with anyone. Now it's a matter of maximizing that talent and becoming the best version of themselves.
And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
So it's the Celtics now. The Heat getting the bucket. Passes to Cantor. Shoots over Leonard. Cantor's shot is off. The Heat trail by 13. Here's Nunn. Pass to Hero. 14 feet away. And Boston with the rebound. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Hayward goes in. Nunn grabs the board. The Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
A good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
Walker in the post, and it's Tice in the corner. Hayward on the wing. Down low. Brown. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Out of Wheeler High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked 2nd in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
And the first one at the line is good. And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country. So, Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdur-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players Union.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And it's Walker penetrating. That one good for 2. Walker's got 15 points here in the second half.
You love how Walker just attacks the opening, feasting on any lane that D gives him.
The Heat trail by 13. Hero passes to Nunn. Walker with some nice D. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Brown, good.
Oh, not at all afraid of contact. Brown is aggressive, driving to the basket.
Here's Nunn. And it's Leonard at the elbow. The dish to Winslow. The pass to Nunn. Outside Leonard. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound Heat. Here's Adebayo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Adebayo. And bam, Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Tatum, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Now here's Brown. The kick out to Tatum. Drops in the tray. Tatum's got 19 points.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
The Heat trail by 16. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Winslow against Tatum to the middle. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Nunn. Walker with some nice D.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots at him.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. The Heat trail by 18. Nunn passes to Adebayo. On the wing, Winslow. Guarded by Tatum. Back to Adebayo. Clock at 6. The fadeaway. Rebounded by the Celtics. Kanter's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Brown. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Oh, Brown is just fearless, Kevin. I mean, especially when it comes to going right into the contact.
That free throw good from Brown.
And for Brown, it's about consistently improving. We've seen flashes from him, but now it's time for him to meet expectations.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Take a break.
Yeah,
Take a break.
pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the league.
That free throw good from Butler. And one of the hardest working players you'll find, Jimmy Butler. At the same time, you know what, Chris? He's not afraid to challenge his teammates.
Yeah, within his team, he's a culture setter, Kevin. I mean, I think he's learning that balance of being vocal, but also knowing just how far he can push his teammates.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
I mean, an obsessive personality type Jimmy Butler. Back in Marquette, he'd stop a fast break drill when he caught a pass with one hand instead of two and say, do it over. That perfectionism still drives him today.
Now, here's Butler after Enes Kanter's miss. Butler deciding where to go with it. Winslow, the pass to Butler. Shoots over Walker, and Butler gets it to go on the assist by Winslow. And it's 13 points for Butler. And Jimmy Butler, a creature of habit, isn't he, Chris?
Oh, yeah, Kevin. He eats the same meals for breakfast and lunch. He watches the same movies over and over, the same thing every day. It's brought him to this point, right? So why stop now?
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Butler. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
A great All-Star Weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Now, here's Brown. Boston, no good that time either.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
He goes up again, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Kemba Walker.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. And so Butler nails both of them. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 14-point game. Kicks it to Brown. Knocked away. Inside. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists tonight.
And you see how Hayward just made that pass? You got to say, man, he's got some vision.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Nunn, guarded by Smart. Leonard dishes to Winslow. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. Hayward's got 5 rebounds tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Brown kicks to Tatum. Stolen by Winslow. Outside Butler. Over Brown. Goes back up. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Brown the pass to Smart. And Butler sends it back.
You can't throw up weak shots when Butler is around. His shot blocking ability, impressive.
In the corner, it's Hayward. Back to Smart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot, high post.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Winslow, the pass to Nunn. Leonard trying to break free. Nunn can't get it to fall. Celtics leading by 16. Here's Brown. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
That free throw, no good. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Well, with his face-up game, Myers Leonard comfortable playing at power forward or center.
Yeah, Kevin, but if you look at the muscle he's added, he sure looks like a pivot. I mean, 7'1", solid, 260. The hammer. Well, that's at least what he calls himself. He's ready to bang.
The Heat trail by 18. Nunn passes to Butler. Knocks down the 3 ball. Butler's got 9 points now in the quarter.
We all know that Butler has put a lot of work into his game. You see the result right here.
Brown against Butler. Brown dishes to Smart. The kick out to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Here's Nunn. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. From deep. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Leonard. And that's 12 points for Justice Winslow.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
Hayward right side. Brown outside. Misses off the left iron.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Kemba Walker.
His passes were crisp tonight. Pinpoint. So many easy buckets came off his assist.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Smart kicks to Tatum. Back to Smart. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Celtics lead by 12.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Here's Nunn. Off the mark.
What a fantastic defender. Smart uses his big, strong body and impressive reach to pester shooters.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.